Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. How is everyone doing this beautiful day? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fine. I hope that everything that you are putting your mind to that you are accomplishing and doing. I'm here today just to encourage and inspire anybody who sees this. I appreciate all for tuning in. Let me just put a few things in the chat. Should have done this before. It's the website. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Hey, Sebastian. How you doing? Welcome to Hello World. You're eating breakfast? What is for breakfast? I'm just gonna pin that website up there. If you want to go shopping, you're more than welcome to doing so. Just as a reminder, and just a couple of announcements. There is a new program called Listening Sessions with Joy. So it's an opportunity for you to let things off of your chest that you may not feel comfortable doing with other people that you may know, may not know. It is completely confidential unless you say something. And to book a session, you go to Be the Difference LLC at gmail.com or text 201-540-9104. Also, we are doing some holiday sales, so definitely check out the website for that. And there are new inventory, new items, so definitely check the website out. Hey Terry, how you doing? French toast. Ooh, I want some French toast. Oh snap, Ramblin' Hicks, how are you? Good to see you. It's been a long time. I'm so happy to see you. How have you been? Hey Prince Daniel, how are you? Good to see you as well. I haven't seen you in a while, Ramblin'. Ooh. We have a member. We have two members. And it's Life in Nicole Marie and Gary. How you guys doing? Good to see you. Yes, guys. So I'm doing well. Let me tell you how my day has been so far. So I woke up and I felt like, dang, I've been sleeping for hours and hours and hours on end. But it's because the time went back. And I was like, dang, now that means that I'll be at work a little longer than normal. I prefer the time being forward. I don't know about you guys. It's just something about knowing that you have a longer day and the daylight is a little bit longer. I don't know. That's just me. Um, so I was kind of like stuck between that. And then I just took myself to the gym. I was very sore from yesterday, so that means I worked out really good yesterday. I was very sore, my legs were sore. So I did work out and now I'm here. I cleaned and now I'm here. Um, Guys, take some time to do some inventory of yourself and of the space that you're in. If there are things that have been sitting there for more than a year, you might want to either give it away or throw it out because it's just holding you back from getting newer things that work more efficiently, more effectively in your life. So consider doing that. Spend a little time. You know how it's like spend a little time for yourself. Spend a little time decluttering and taking out the old. You know how clogged drains are? It's just buildup of all things. And we have had, many of us have had buildup, including myself, have had buildups of many things that we just need to let go of. I did a crazy like giveaway. Um, clothes that I hadn't used, clothes that I used maybe once or twice, shoes, bags, heels, sneakers that I just haven't used that were sitting there. I just did a blindfold and just gave them all away. I put them in the local chute for for the local clothing drop because I was like, I don't want to try to sell these at a flea market. Like, just let it go. So I did that. And some of the things were only worn, like the soles are still good. They've only been worn once or twice, and I've had them for years. So it was time. So I recommend you guys do that. Just do a blind one. Don't even look and be like, oh, but I could use. You haven't used it. You haven't picked it up in however long. So obviously you wouldn't have missed it, so let it go. Hey, the vegan kitty, how you doing? Afro, how are you? Good to see you. Smoothie with pineapple raspberry. Oh, that sounds good. Give me some. Not some. Give me some. I want some. So yes, guys, think about all of that. Um, so Other than that, I'm still in my little intermittent fasting thing. I haven't eaten anything. I just went to the gym. I took vitamins, vitamin C and D. I always take those. I take them more now than ever, especially vitamin C and D. Sometimes I'll take vitamin C throughout the course of the day. And then I have my daily vitamin that I take as well. So that's really all I had, and I consumed a little bit of water. We have some alkaline water right here. So I'm gonna drink this. Basically, it's just lime water. Took a fresh lime and squeezed it in there. Lime particles and everything. And that's how you have alkaline water, or one of the ways you can have alkaline water. I'm glad you guys are doing well. Hey, Gary. Hey, good to see you guys. So, how is everyone doing? How are you doing, Afro? How are you doing, Rambling? And Vegan, how are you doing? While you guys are coming up with your answers, you can get any one of my books. This one you can't really see in the frame. You can get any one of my books by clicking on the link that is in the pin right there. If you happen to hear something that you like and you want to reread it or keep it for yourself, you can do that. Another announcement. I did drop a video yesterday. I will be dropping a video today. So please, if you find a little bit of time, take a look at them. They're no more than like 10, well, one video is not even 5 minutes. So you can take a look at that. And the video I'm going to be dropping is just a exercise short that I was like, oh, this is dope. I want to try this. And it's something new that I just tried. You're doing awesome. Yes. Hey, Auntie Mama's here. Auntie Mama's here. Auntie Mama stepped up in the room and she's here. Hey, Auntie Mama, how you doing? Waiting for church? Okay. Surround yourself with positive energy when you clean your space. That's true. Greedy people will take advantage of you doing this during this process. Don't rush to judgment about what you have or not. That's true. Just trying to get to 500 on your channel. Oh, really? Guys, go to Ramblin' Hicks's channel. Check out the content. If you like it, then subscribe so that they can get to their 500. We all have been there. We all may be there. So let's all just help each other out. So I'm going to flip through my first book. These are sample copies. That way, when I'm at events, instead of people cracking open a fresh book and possibly not purchasing, I'll just let them use my personal copies. So we're going to use this book, my first book. We're going to get something out of each book. So feel free to talk about what you think this quote means to you, and I'll tell you what it meant to me when I wrote it at the time. But it's great. I feel like these are great conversational pieces because everybody's perception is different and everybody's thought process is different, and we can learn and grow from whatever we hear. So I'm just going to use my right hand to flip through, and wherever it stops, we're going to read both sides. Hmm. The first side, it says, the biggest con is believing that the fun begins on the weekend. The biggest con is believing that the fun begins on the weekend. Now, when I wrote this one, it was basically because I was seeing a lot of memes and a lot of people saying, thank God it's Friday, TGIF. And I'm like, why do we have to wait until the weekend to feel like we can have fun? Let's start utilizing time when we have it, because you may not even make it to the weekend. And that's the reason why I wrote that one. The fun can start right now. The fun has already started, but you need to jump in where you fit in. Okay. So that's what that means to me. Doing good today, cleaning, tightening your braids. Okay. Soup in the crock. Ooh, what kind of soup? Just remember to cut the carrots for the soup. Ooh, carrots will make soups taste so good. It's like it's sweet and ooh, tastes really good. So the biggest con is believing that the fun begins on the weekend. If you want to comment on what you feel this quote is to you, go ahead and do so. I have to do my cute face. Go ahead and do so. Enjoy every moment. Yes. Okay. So the other quote, while you may be gathering your thoughts or just letting it soak in, a tiny disagreement is like a ripple that can turn into a tsunami. Sorry. Hello? Oh, that's no longer active. Yeah. It dissolved, but there is another company right now. Really? Yeah, it may not have been deactivated from there, but yeah, it's no longer. Mhm. Nothing. He's just doing other things, pursuing other things. I'm sorry, y'all, about that. Um, okay, so back to this. What do you guys feel about a tiny disagreement is like a ripple that can turn into a tsunami? So the reason why I purchased, well, not purchased, the reason why I wrote that one, because I was thinking about the people that were currently in my life. And it's often sometimes the different things that situations that come upon our lives where somebody may say something that might offend you and you don't say anything. You don't say, like, hey, that bothered me, because you don't think it's big enough a deal. Everything, every emotion, and I want to remind you this, every single emotion that you feel is big enough. There is no tiny, like, oh, it's not a it is a big deal because you were feeling it. And how you feel is very important. And if you know that it's very important, you will also remind other people how you are very important and how you feel is very important. So imagine the amount of times that all of this, oh, it's not a big deal, happens. And then the one time the wrong person hits that a specific nerve, and bam, tsunami. And we know with tsunamis, that's total destruction. Everybody directly related to the situation, indirectly, people feel it from miles and miles away. Perfect example. If someone were to offend me here on YouTube, and one day I was on Hello World, and they came in the chat and said something that offended me, and I blew up on them. Not only would it make me feel a certain way, because I would feel terrible afterwards, but who knows how they would feel with the words that I use. Just like Vegan said, the words that I use may crush them versus what they said to me. People around the chat, in the bushes, outside of the bushes, in the chat, might just say, I'm backing away. How much harm could I do for somebody that I'm trying to encourage and inspire, but yet you see the dark and ugly side of me? That it could have been prevented had I seen the value and the worth in my feelings and addressed it to whomever started this ripple. And every time it was just added on and added on and added on and added on. If I don't address things, however big or small, it's going to be addressed on the larger scale. So I desire for everybody, or I recommend that everybody, if somebody does something, or if a situation occurs where it's bothering you, just talk about it. It's about you releasing toxins, right? Ooh, we have a member. We have a member. And it's 50, 100,000 K. Reborn artist live. Woo, woo, woo. Baby is in the building. Reborn artist life is our reborn baby doll making, real life like dolls, hand painted, hair sewn in, strand by strand by strand by strand by strand by strand, till they have beautiful, even their eyelashes, their eyebrows and their eyelashes are hand by hand by hand. Shout outs to you. May your hands be rejuvenated, rested, and feel anew. May they always have and maintain the dexterity that it needs so that you can continue to do your business and the craft and the things that you love. May you have nothing but good health. We have a member. We have a member. And it's Brooklyn and White Boy. Hey, Brooklyn. I'm so sorry about that, y'all. He was, I'll just tell you just a partial part of that conversation. He was asking me about the artist that I had was managing, because for some reason, um everything wasn't taken down. So There was still some active things, and my phone number was still attached to it. So he was calling to ask about how he was doing. So I thought I would be able to like make it a shorter conversation, but then he started branching off into other things. And I was like, I can't. So I was like, but I do stuff. He wasn't interested in what I was doing, but he was definitely interested in what was going on with him. So I said, you might want to just, you know, try reaching out to other people to see how he's doing because I don't have any direct connection to him anymore. That was all that was. Thank you, Brooklyn. So yes, guys, handle your handles. Handle your handles before you get handled, before you are overtaken by a lash out. Because we all are very much able to lash out if we don't exhibit self control. And self control is by addressing issues before they become unself controllable. Y'all, remember when I was telling you I fell on my face? That's the scar on my wrist. So, like, I bruised my wrist when I fell on my face. So, that's the only remnants of anything. Thank God. Like, my face didn't swell up or anything like that. That was on Friday. All right, let's flip through and then we'll go through two other books. Well, we'll go through all of them. Ooh, I'll start with this one because this one hit hard. Your ego is only crushed when your expectations supersede the capacity of another human's capabilities. Let me read that again. Your ego is only crushed when your expectations supersede the capacity of another human's capabilities. Deep, deep inside, deep down inside, deep inside, deep down inside. Didn't I tell y'all about that ego? Didn't I talk to you about expectations? Again, I was using this example from another human being at the time. Well, I was assuming that they understood me and my intentions, and they did not. I never met them at their expectation. I never met them at their capabilities. My expectations superseded their capabilities. And that could go for anything. We have expectations that people understand us. Like that gray wall or that coded wall where we just believe that everybody knows who we are just because we're speaking clearly in our way, but the interpretation is coming across a little differently. So throw away your expectations, throw away your ego when you realize they never understood a thing you said. And you're talking Spanish when they only understand French, or you're speaking French when they only understand Japanese, or you're speaking or writing English when they only read Braille. Meet people where they are. Understand that not everything that you say, as plain as you think it is understood as plain as you feel like you said it. That one, it'll put you in a whole nother mindset. You're like, wow, people may not understand me. So how do you make it more crystal clear for them? You start to understand them and you start speaking their language so that they can learn that their language is cool, but they want to learn yours. I know it's a long process, but when have we exhibited learning that process? Outside of your own spouses that we have no problem spending ample amount of time saying we need to get to know you before you get further. It's the same thing when we develop relationships with people that we don't know, that we have no intentions on getting romantic with, but just getting to know. It still deserves the same type of delicate understanding, the same type of momentum. Basically, all we have is time. And with that time, let's try our best to understand and get to know each other genuinely. So that means you might have to spend a little bit more time. Why try to convince the whole world of who you are when you have a nucleus of people who just want to get to know you? That will mean way more to you than people who just know the surface part of you, that understand when you're hurting, even when you're smiling, that understands that when they start to get the inkling that they're thinking about you, that you need that special, hey, what's going on? You all right? That connection is forged. And it's all simply by us getting to know each other and not allowing our expectations of what we think and feel. Hmm. Been there, done that. Just because you catch hell doesn't mean you have to hold it. Just because someone put mess on the plate doesn't mean you have to eat it. It's true. This one is a personal one. Used to want all the treasures in the world. Now all that's wanted is balance. And finally, after all of those years, I wrote this book in 2018. This book was, I think I released this book either September or October of 2018. And that's how I was feeling then. And now I understand what balance is. Used to want all the treasures in the world. Now all that's wanted is balance. Yes, there was a point in my life where I wanted to amass and acquire everything. I wanted to acquire houses. I wanted to acquire vehicles. I wanted to acquire money. But what was missing out of trying to acquire those things was loving nature, the very thing that sustains me and gives me life. But now I have my balance because I understand that if I don't pay homage and respect what gives me life and gives me breath every single day, every moment, then I'm missing balance. Do I still want to have money and stuff? Absolutely. But I want to utilize it for what I need and what I can do with it, not necessarily amassing wealth beyond my own spending ability. I realize now with balance, giving and receiving is more so all about how much you're willing to give, because the amount of giving that you do will balance off with the amount of receiving that you get. But do it not for the reception, do it because it's genuinely coming from your heart and your soul, because you have a deep admiration for all human things and things that can't speak, but yet gives us oxygen. What can money do? Money does not give us oxygen. Money does not help sustain us. If you can't breathe, you can't spend. You're just dead. My first book, my first quotes book. Hit that pen if you would like to purchase and read the rest for yourself. Let's go with this one because people seem to gravitate to this one a lot more. I don't know if it's because of the cover or because it's a bigger book, but this was part 4 and basically geared towards wanting a vision board and doing things to have vision. I don't know if Auntie Mama is still here, but I was telling her to write her vision board so we can see when she goes on vacation. Hey King, how you doing? Welcome to Hello World. Don't look outside of yourself. Go with it. It's true. You're reading with me? Oh, that's so dope. Yes, Brooklyn has every copy of my books. He has every copy of my books. So shout outs to you. Thank you. See. Oh. Oh. Let's start with the right hand side. Never let a snake slither in your garden. Never let a snake slither in your garden. Take that however you want. I don't know. I think it was just one of those things that just hit my head, and I was like, ooh, that's a good quote. Never let a snake slither in your garden. Snakes do a lot of things. Yes, they can bury a hole, they can be the same color of your grass, and then they can bite. They can wrap themselves around you and snuff the life outside of you. How many of us allow snakes to slither in our gardens, the garden of our lives, in our thought processes? The same snakes that tell you and lead you astray from your purpose, that talk down to you, but up, but still throw a little bit of shade to you. And yet people like to keep snakes as pets. I never understood that. They have no feet. You can barely grab them necessarily because they slither and they keep sliding and gliding and they go fast. They go slow. They can put their venomous serum inside of your blood and snuff the life outside of you. So, how many snakes do you have slithering in your garden right now? Just because people smile in your face doesn't mean that they're not going to bite you and poison the very fiber of your life. I don't know. I usually don't like to put anything negative in there, but we do have to become aware of the people that we are attracting, why we're attracting them, what place do they hold? Do they need to hold a place? Celebrity status does not pay the bills, money does. That quote is just a reminder that a lot of our celebrities have a lot of notoriety, but until they get their money, even their status don't mean nothing. There's so many celebrities that entrust their amassed wealth into people who are supposed to pay their bills, set up their taxes, but yet they don't do so. And that's how some of them end up in jail. And you say, well, how could a celebrity do that? If you've got to be in so many different directions and you've hired someone to do a job that they're not doing, how are you to know that they're not doing their job if that was never your thing? And if you're always being influenced and indoctrinated and just overwhelmed with you need to be here, you need to sign this, you need to book that, you need to rest, you need to work out for this part, you need to go to this audition, you need to have a family, you need to look at your children, you need to raise your children, you need to do all that stuff. You need to take this picture. You need to be in this magazine. You're not A status. You're not B status. You're a D status artist. You are a D status celebrity. You're only a C status celebrity. How do you think one person can feel with all of these different things? And yet, and still, sometimes we believe that they have all the wealth in the world, but yet the masses that they're amassing has to pay the lawyer, the booking agent, the tour guide. or the tour agent, personal manager, hairstylist, nail tech, man or woman, trailer, privacy. And they have to build fortresses to protect them from the outside world. What kind of life is that? So, yeah, I do oftentimes feel very, very, very empathetic to celebrities. I don't care how much money they have. Not being able to understand humanity and trust another human soul, maybe not even the one that you're sleeping with or the ones that you bear, that's a lonely life. Yet everybody wants you to be in their pictures. Everybody wants you to do something for free. Everybody wants you, well, you should, you have this money, but they don't really know the cost and they can't really lash out because then you'll stop following them and start talking about them as negatively as much as you were talking about them positively. So the next time you look at a celebrity, remember that they are human first. And while they are getting everything that they thought they wanted, do they really, after getting everything that they thought they wanted, do they really want that? Millions of people knowing you and millions of people just knowing your name, but not knowing your story, not knowing your history, not caring about that, but just wants to use you for every single thing that you have, just to get a picture, just to sleep in your house, just to sleep in your bed, just to say that they had sex with you, just to say that they were in the same car with you, at the same restaurant, took a picture with you. Imagine what kind of human existence is that when you don't even know who you can trust? Even the same nucleus that you came up with, same ones that could just take from you, all along was jealous of you, all along did not want to see you succeed. How do you think they would feel? And then people stealing your money that you hard earned, yet everybody thinks you're so wealthy. Now, how do you think about them? Hey, Him, how you doing? Hey, at it again. How are you? Welcome to Hello World. We're just going through a few quotes from my books. These are the two quotes that I just read. If you have any thoughts about them, feel free to talk about it in the chat. You can find this book and more quotes like it in the pin up there. I don't know why I did that. This book, this purple little book. This book, when did I release this book? What year? Oh, 2019. So every year I release two books, except for this year. I don't think oh yeah, I did release a book this year. I only released one book this year. The year's over. But all the other years preceding 18, 19, it was always two books. Except for one is only available on socks. So yes, every year I was releasing two books. Let's see what this says. Isn't it amazing when you can say God used all his resources, took his time, and definitely did not cut corners creating you? Isn't it amazing when you can say God used all of his resources, took his time, and definitely didn't cut one corner creating you? That's how beautiful we all are. That's how much value we have. Just knowing that God, your maker or whoever you believe in, took his time putting every hair fiber follicle in the right place just so that you could be who you are right now. You could be someone's love of their life, someone's mother, someone's father, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. You, you, you definitely were created beautiful. Here's the other one. Like unexpectedly meeting your favorite celebrity, you lose all of your common sense. Yeah, I had a crush. I had a crush at this time. Remember, some people want your benefits, not you. Look at the people around you, take away the benefits you are giving them and see how long they will stay. It's true. It's true. It's very true. Wait, what happened to be him? You're unhappy? Be him. Well, you're at the right place at the right time. So you can get happy. So I can sing you under the organ. So you can be happy. Oh, be him is gonna be happy after this life. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's bothering you? What's bothering you if you care to share? What's bothering you, be him? Yeah, if you want, speak about it. These are the two quotes right here. It's just a little crush when you feel it in your heart. Hey, Valerie, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. We're just going through my books. I know it's a quote. I know I talked about that in the title. Um, y'all, I was wrong. It was only one of the quote socks that was wrong. And I just happened to open a pack and that one was there. So I'm going to, ow, 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 ow! My legs are sore. I'm going to segue ouch onto my socks. This is my part 2 book, and they're only available on socks. So I'm going to read them to you. This is part 2 that I will never produce on hard copy. It's only going to be available in socks. So only 12 people in the entire world will have portions of my part 2 book, right? What happened to be him? There are a lot going on in me. Being single for 11 years. Oh, I'm sorry, be him. You're not alone. There are a lot of people who have been single for a long period of time. But keep on believing that whomever you desire, you will be able to have. Keep writing down and keep praying and praying for your spouse to come. Just keep praying that they're healthy, that they're being taken care of, and that they're taking care of their life, and that they're working on their traumas just as much as you're working on your traumas, so that when you two finally meet, it'll be one complete shoulder to lean on both sides. See, I believe sometimes we don't meet our spouses because either one of us may be not at the right place at the right time, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Imagine if everybody in the world really took their time to invest in getting to know themselves, becoming a better version of themselves, working on their trauma so that when they finally meet the person that they're supposed to be with, it'll be like, I don't know, I don't need anyone else. You know, my son is 34, has never been married. Finding the blessings in what you have and who you are. God loves all of us, regardless of our circumstance. Very true, Valerie. You speak that word, you speak that truth. There's nothing more inspiring than people. The back of the sock says, sometimes things keep falling apart until you learn how to put them back with the right reactions. Sometimes things keep falling apart until you learn how to put them back with the right reactions. If your actions don't kill you, guilt will. If your actions don't kill you, guilt will. This is the back of that sock. He is young. He will be fine. If the mask doesn't fit perfectly, might as well be your weirdo self. If the mask doesn't fit perfectly, might as well be your weirdo self. Please don't celebrate me afterwards, aka death. Do it now. This book was also published or copywritten in 2019. This book was copywritten is either 2019 or 20. I can't remember. But whenever I got the copyright, that's when this book was written. Please don't celebrate me afterwards, aka death. Do it now. So that's my part two book. Y'all got more than two quotes on that one. Ooh, we have a member. We have a member. And it's wellness with Frugal Mama. How you doing? Good to see you. I'm almost 30. I don't have nothing left. Yes, you do. You do. First of all, you're a musician. You're very talented and you can sing. You may have to start attracting or going to different places outside of what you normally do, and you never know, you'll meet your person right then and there. But you have to start believing, because if you don't believe, then absolutely you'll get what you've been thinking all along, which is nothing. You have to believe that. You have to believe that. Be him. Start really, really looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing your value, so that that value that you see will be matched with who you start to meet. Hey, Carolina Diamond, how you doing? Welcome to Hello World. Good to see you. A person can admire another person's skills and abilities. What you can't do is let the person cloud your judgment of who they really are. Remember, some people's reputation and character don't match. It's true. At it again, media. And it's good that you're being transparent about it. So maybe you can start thinking differently about your singlehood, your singleness. You don't have to be single for the rest of your life. You will not be single for the rest of your life. If you desire to be in a relationship, to be married and fruitful, you will. But you have to, one, start loving yourself first. If you don't love yourself, you're not going to see that value that I was just talking about. Love yourself. Start dating yourself so that those expectations of how you want to date will be met. So you understand what you like and don't like. Then, once you've worked out loving you, inadvertently you will also work out some of those traumas. And once all of those two things are done and complete, your light is going to shine so bright. Somebody, the right somebody's going to come along and be like, excuse me, Beham. I'm sorry, but I don't understand why you, and then maybe you'll get the courage to go out and be out and about. I don't know you directly, but you might be shy. I don't know. But all of a sudden, whatever's been holding you back from being the man, you won't be able to get them off you. But start loving you, doing the opposite of what has not produced what you want. I'm just speaking from existence. I'm just speaking from experience. Mm. Hey, House of X, how y'all doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Love who you are first. Yes. Last book, y'all. And again, I apologize for earlier. Oh, this is cute. I'm gonna read the I'm gonna read the right hand side first and then the left. Love isn't about the length of time you know a person, it's about the respect for life. Get that? Love isn't about the length of time you know a person, it's about the respect for life. When you respect life, you'll naturally start to love. You dig? When you respect life, you will naturally start to love. There is no way possible when you start respecting life. The fact that you can come from a womb, that journey out of a womb or out of a tummy, and make it to however you are right now, to have the amount of maturity that you have, and then to be able to look at another human being and see them for who they are and know that they are beautiful and amazing. It doesn't matter how long you've known somebody, you will naturally love unconditionally. And that's the kind of love that we need to that's the kind of love that we need to acquire, is that unconditional love, because we are being unconditionally loved by nature, by God, your creator, whoever you believe in. They unconditionally love us, and they've been teaching us all our lives how to unconditionally love other people. And it doesn't mean that you have to know somebody very long in order for you to love them. We don't need to know each other's history, each other's background. All we need to know is that we don't want to see each other hurt. So we're going to love you anyway. Share. Thank you. I appreciate it, Carolina. I read a book when I was younger and confused. I don't think I liked myself. The book helped. A Return to Love by Maureen Williamson. Mm, a Return to Love. Hey Ken, how you doing? Some people bring joy when they show up at the door. Some when they leave the door. Ken, I wanna leave the door open. Come and leave that door open. I've been hurt for years and years, and that hurt is gonna have to stop when you decide that it's time for it to stop, BM. We could talk you blue, yellow, red, green, orange. We could talk to you. We can try to encourage and inspire you. We could try to put as many positive spins on words as possible, but it's not going to have an effect until you decide that you no longer want to be hurt, that you no longer hold on to hurt. It's all up to you, sir, to believe that what we are trying to sow into you is truth. And that becomes part of your truth. But until you decide that you no longer want to hold on to what hurt you in the past, what hurt you currently, what will possibly hurt you in the future, there's nothing that we can do. It starts with you. And it's okay. But you have to be ready, available, and willing. God can't do nothing for you unless you allow him to. That's what free will is about. Your maker, whoever you believe, can't do nothing unless you are ready and willing and able. Love can't go somewhere where it's not invited. So I challenge you, be him, to after today, whatever hurt you in the previous, whatever hurt you now, let it go. Cry it out, sob it out, pray it out, whatever you have to do, let it go. That's when you'll start to grow, and that's when your healing will come, and that's when many doors will open that you never knew existed. Mhm. Move forward. God got something for you. And Jen and Brian, I declare and decree. Mm. Last quote. I just want to, oh, wait, not I just want. I just want a grant. I've been loaning myself to society for years. Every single one of us can relate to this quote. I just want a grant. You know, grants are given freely, you don't have to pay it back. I've been loaning myself to society for years. We've all, in our own ways, have been putting positivity at some point in our lives. We've been putting positivity, positive spins into society, and we just want to have a grant. We don't have to pay back nothing. That's it. God got something for all of us. Yes, if we can just believe. Yes, 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 yes. If God is with you, who can be against you? Nobody. Nobody, baby. Mhm. Speaking truth. So that's all, y'all. I just wanted to do something a little different because we haven't done reading my quotes in a while. And 'tis the season to be giving. And I know I give quite often. So, ooh, with that, I want nothing but the best from you, for you guys, from you guys too. I expect nothing but the best from you guys. Do what's necessary to free yourself because the rest will follow. Okay, that was an In Vogue song, I think. But do your best to start healing every day because we can encounter traumas throughout the course of our day, just like that. But we need to start recognizing them and releasing them so we can be free to live the life that was meant for us. Stop focusing on yourself and do something nice for someone else. That's true too. That's true too. That helps. That helps too. You too, Reborn. Thank you for coming through. That definitely helps too. I'm here every day. It's true too. That's another way of living. I'm here every single day until we get to 1,000. We talk about everything and anything. You are all amazing and special in all different ways. Never forget that. Never forget the gifts that you've been given. Well, remember that you are a gift and that you keep giving often. And I am here to talk about whatever. And I want to encourage everyone. Definitely check out the sessions with Joy if you are in need to talk to someone. You book it, there's in the description down below. Shop Be the Difference clothing. The pin is right there. And there are discounts going on right now. So definitely take advantage of them. If you are hurting, may you be nothing but blessed with peace, love, prosperity. Well, peace, love, and joy, and completeness. But remember, we have to start somewhere. Somewhere inside our hearts now. We got to clean, become free from all emotional baggage that has tortured thee. Because when you do, so many things will become new. My name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, and I'm signing out on another episode of Hello.